welcome to the Road to State House. I am Malik Jones, and of course, today I am pleased to have a friend and a brother, Modou Mbowe, a stalwart, a supporter, one who will give all his life for the APRC. The Road to State House looks at all political parties as they vie the presidency come 2021. As of Wednesday to be very precise, there was a new political party registered with the IEC, the referee of elections in the Gambia. I'm sure Alhaji Momar Njaya would have been surprised to see another one on the block. The Gambia Unity Party, the latest athlete to be on the race course as we race towards 2021 come December. The APRC is not left out of that race. It's one of the biggest political parties in this country, and it's the government that was in place until 2016 when they were put out, in the local way of saying it, put out by a coalition of parties headed by President Adama Barrow, who as of now is the incumbent, and he himself will be running that race on the ticket of the National People's Party, which is also a brand new political party. Modou, welcome to Road to State House.
Thank you very much, Malik, for having me.
We have so many contenders, 15 political parties as of Wednesday. Are you surprised?
Well, to tell you the truth, Malik, well, before I delve into that, I would like to greet your viewership and thank you for having me. Malik, the many parties that we have just highlighted or elaborated on, are the division that is in the Gambia. We are so divided, and that is in the favor of APRC.
Yes, so many parties coming together. You believe that they are going to chop off some of the other boys playing the game?
Of course. Come nearer to 2021, December 2021, you will see many of them, out of the race. Some of them are just pacemakers. They're just making noise. Some of them are acting in a retributive manner. Probably maybe you have a problem with X, Y, and Z, so you want to form your own party. And really, that doesn't hold water in the eyes of the voters, because really they are used to the APRC, the UDP, and obviously the NRP, which obviously the APRC is the dominant party among the lot. So yeah, the division is there, and it's going to work to our advantage. The APRC.
Why are you so into APRC? Tell us your background with the APRC.
Malik, honestly, I have to thank my mom, my late mom, may her soul rest in peace, and my dad as well, who died about a month ago. Yes, my mom introduced APRC to me in London at the airport. When I picked her up, when she came to the burial of my sister, she said to me, boy, the problems that you guys were encountering, or that makes you guys want to move out of your country to go somewhere else for a greener pasture, now they will have the president who is creating the enabling environment. And one thing she said to me was, even the president will jump the barriers and go to this hospital to find out what's going on, whether the nurses are looking after the patients or not, and he will do something about it. I said, what? That's my president. From then I love President Jammeh, and during her time staying there with us for a year before she died, there is no day that goes by and we don't talk about President Jammeh, because I didn't know President Jammeh at the time. I thought it was even Yaya Jammeh, who was my brother-in-law, married to my sister Nene Mbowe. But that wasn't that Yaya Jammeh, it was Babili Mansa himself. So honestly, after her death, I came to Gambia. That was my first trip coming back to Gambia after I left in 1994. So yes, the love continued growing, Malik, unconditionally. Really, it's an unconditional love. I can say Nesumanatullah. Yes.
And whilst you were in London, you were very proactive in supporting the Jammeh government at the time.
No, most people thought that I was an NIA. I was there because Yaya Jammeh made me stay there because um, any gathering, I'll be talking about Jammeh. If anybody who is talking how they go, in a retributive form, I will discuss with people, 20 people in a room, and nobody is going to go away with victory, including the likes of James Bahum and stuff. By the way, hello James, my sparring partner. Yeah, and everybody knew that this is APRC tooth and nail. My late dad, endorsed that. My family, I have to thank them very much, Malik, because they supported me for supporting APRC. They gave me the leeway, say, Pa, go as far as you can. You got our blessings and our support. So I couldn't care less, really, about anybody else who thinks otherwise.
Were you at all surprised that Jammeh was defeated in the 2016 polls?
Yes, I was.
You were surprised?
I was. But not too surprised because, there was so much fighting going on at the time, which I told Jammeh himself in Basse during the campaign. Because I was there with our team from London, Germany, Sweden. We called it diaspora. So we came to campaign and vote. But yes, we had this discussion in Basse at the rally.
Does the Gambia need, back to so many athletes on the road to State House, so many of them, 15. No. Do you think this country needs that?
No.
What does it tell you?
It's just showing that, Malik, there is there is a division, that Gambia is not ready for a serious taking the bull by the horn, like solving our problems. Because, everybody think, by the way, President Jammeh makes presidency look so easy and simple. And this is a fact. Everybody thinks now, have it at the back of their mind that they can be a president. But if you ask President Adama Barrow, he will tell you that it's not easy. Just because Yaya Jammeh did what he did, during his time, with the unprecedented development, schools, he named the schools, over 1,000-something schools, from only 400 and something schools when he came in power, hospitals, roads, you just name it, the empowering the youths, and particularly the women folk, gave them everything that they need in order to help develop the country. And, they thought that it was easy, but it's not. It's easier said than done.
Babile, to you, has the wherewithal,
yes,
to do what he was doing.
Yes, because he loves Gambia and loves Gambians. He makes us proud. He fight for Gambia, even not only Gambia, Africa as a whole. Because I remember when our football team went to Ivory Coast, there was a problem. But Jammeh did not only bring the Gambian footballers.
I was part of that. I was in Cote d'Ivoire. I was commentating you in the tournament.
That's right. Well, you had a doing. Oh my gosh, Malik, you had a medal at the museum.
Yes, I have a medal at the museum.
From the World Cup, Malik.
Yeah, absolutely.
And congratulations once again on that, because I cannot
you.
Stop congratulating you on that, Malik.
Thank you.
Really, you are our pride and joy, really.
So, we are running this race towards State House on this very, very rocky road, and a constitutional bill for the Third Republic was laid before the National Assembly, that august body. And unfortunately, or fortunately for some, unfortunately for others, it's two sides of the coin in a way. Some people were happy, others were unhappy. And actually the Constitution did not pass through. The bill did not pass through. And so it was, somebody said, I remember the chairman of the Constitutional Review Commission saying that it's in a deep freezer.
coma.
It's in coma. Those are his very words. And it's in coma, and I wonder when he's going to wake it up anyway. Maybe posterity will tell. But are you surprised
I'm
that
not.
members of the National Assembly really rejected the draft?
I'm
Some
not.
things said some people said it's a conspiracy that was started in the State House. Your thoughts?
No, Malik, I was, I am with the MPs that voted against it because simply there is no, um, um, you, it cannot be justified to have a new constitution. We have already an existing one, which is the 1997 constitution. There is no clause in that constitution which says that, at certain point you can ditch this constitution and create another one. There was no point. There was no point in spending all that money just to, if you like, just play the game as if they were busy doing work. That was a plagiarized constitution, and it doesn't worth the 116 million. And really, its right place is in the bin. It should be bin, because if that was the case, then you want to tell me that the next president also is going to have another constitution and ditch this one? It doesn't work that way, Malik. It doesn't work. The 1997 constitution is here for posterity. America, they have their constitution from the 70s, 70 something, 17 something.
Almost so many years, hundreds of years now.
There you go. There are just some amendments that you make, and the National Assembly can easily do that, Malik. You don't have to pay all that money just to make.
The honorable member for Serekunda did tell them that. I see no reason why. Let us take the 1997 Constitution, look at what is good for us, for the people of the Gambia, and move on.
Of course.
But just like you said, I mean, you thought probably some people wanted to make some money. Some people wanted to eat some money, and some people wanted to waste some money here and there. Was it going to favor the APRC had it gone through?
Well, it will not favor every APRC in any way, shape, or form.
Neither
even
will it favor the
the NPP either. So it is a question of really sticking to what we have and just amend whatever it is that we feel that is not good for our country or for our new democracy. So really and truly, it doesn't worry. It doesn't worry, and that's hence it's still in coma. I wonder when it's gonna wake up, Malik. I don't think it's gonna wake up, because even if there is it passed that stage, the first hurdle, honestly, it will fail referendum.
You're a staunch supporter of the APRC party, and you really would like to see APRC back in State House. Is APRC a party and a force to be reckoned with?
Yes.
Advance your thoughts on that.
Oh, Malik, hell yeah, I will say yes to that, honestly, and I will endorse it with hell yeah, Malik, because I'm on a tour right now. It's called Back to State House Tour. It started a couple of weeks ago, and I started from Koina, all the way to Wuli East, Wuli West, down to Basse, Janjambure, Birkamaba, Sinchubundu. I'm just giving you the big town because I've been going, into the satellite villages. But I mean, just to cut it short, these are the places that I'm just mentioning, like Soma.
This is a venture you're doing solo. This on your own.
Solo on my own.
This is Modou, a staunch supporter of the APRC, wanting APRC back into the State House, and you decided to go solo.
Yes, I spoke to Sehu Cham, who is the coordinator of APRC EU branch. I told him about what I intend to do, and he said, Pa, listen, I was thinking about this with me and my wife. We were talking about this a couple of years ago, and we don't know who's going to do this. Listen, Pa, I am going to support you financially. I know you can do it, you are ready to do it, but we are not going to let you do it on your own. I mean financially. But the actual journey itself, it was myself and my IT boy, Suleiman Toure. Thank you very much, Saul, for the wonderful job that you did. I really appreciate it with Goni as well, his wife, because they were with me on the tour, the first part of it, until we came to summer, that they have to come home because obviously they left their kids at home.
So what was the message? What were you selling?
I was actually not selling. I was listening to our militants,
Okay.
the staunch militants, the die-hard APRC. I went to them to ask about what have they been through during these 4 years, because we are not in government. We never start with opposition. We started with government. So now we are opposition for 4 years. What have you been going through? What plans do you have, to in order to galvanize the APRC and maximize the return? Because some of them left. That's the honest truth, because there was no representation of APRC in those part of the country. So really and truly, because they have their rights to vote. And in the National Assembly, there was no representative or the councillor elections. So it means then our opponents will easily say, oh, APRC is dead. Look at the TRRC, Jammeh is not coming back anymore. So obviously, some left, but they've come back as a result of the tour. Honestly, I will do it all over again, Malik, if I have to.
What were you told? What were people telling you? What were APRC militants telling you during the past 4 years that they've gone through?
Well, they're complaining about, they've been maltreated. Well, if I can say that, yes, maltreated, for the simple reason that, they took their power tillers, their tractors. They don't want to repair their boreholes, which Babili made. Actually, even in Bajakunda, there is a brand new fire station built. It was meant to be inaugurated, after the 2016 election, and it's still there, gathering dust, and that is not been used simply because Babili constructed that. The APRC government constructed it. So there's no sense in that. The boreholes, they're promising them that, they're going to build another borehole when you have an existing one. All it needs is just to maintenance it, to repair it. That's all it needs. So those people are suffering. They are pushing them to a corner whereby, they have to subdue to them and say, yes, no problem, then we will vote for you guys, kind of thing. But I saw some resilience, Malik, that make me cry. People who said that if there is no APRC, they will take scissors and chop their voters card. They will not vote, because they haven't seen anybody or anyone who can lead this country the way APRC did during the past 22 years of being government.
There could be lip service. People will say, all right, that's what you want. You want us to subdue, give you the voice that we're going to vote for you come 2021. You build the boreholes, do the infrastructural developments, and when the time comes, this is a secret ballot.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody sees you voting. And then they vote for the APRC.
But this is Malik, loyalty. When you're talking about loyalty, at its best, I've seen it. These people, they don't even want that. They don't even want to give you hope. They're telling you outright that, they are APRC. Even the $3,000 that the government is giving out, they don't see it as President Barrow giving them the money. They see it as the government, but they don't even want it. They don't even want the money, because some of them, they are seeing it as, oh yeah, they're giving us money now. Next minute they will come to us and, oh yeah, we gave you this, that, and the other. Some they don't even want the money. I saw this woman called Matu Sow. Oh, Matu, I will love you. APRC loves you oh my gosh. This lady doesn't want nothing absolutely from the government. All she wants is, APRC. She's mobilizing. She's on the move all the time with Ibrahim Assise, you name it, Yoro, Jallo. They are mobilizing. The Sarah Dima, URR in Basse, they are doing a fantastic job, Malik. They are mobilizing, and they are grouping themselves. They're coming back. And people hearing on me on tour, bring them back again. I have to go back again with Amul Nyasi. Honorable Amul Nyasi, and that will be on Sunday, because at Santantu, more than 300 youths, they're coming back to APRC. So I have to go back to Santantu before I go to North Bank, because North Bank now, I finished the South Bank, and the North Bank is the next move, the second half of it.
Why do you think, irrespective of the TRRC irrespective of all the other commissions that have been set in place, that people still believe in Babili Mansa and believe in the APRC?
Well, now they believe Babili more than they used to. Maybe some of them will be like, okay, yeah, scratching, okay, raising eyebrows. But now, no. Even with the TRRC, now they know that it's Babili Mansa. Everything that they've been saying, they were just cooked stories. They just want to tarnish his image because they know that he controls the narratives. He have the majority. So they want people to hate him and stuff, and people are loving him more, despite all this. Honestly, the amount of celebration that they were celebrating in the provinces, you couldn't even believe it when the constitution was finally put, when it was put into coma.
Do you, like I do here, one, I heard people say that if Jammeh was around, COVID-19 wouldn't have, it would have been tackled in a different way.
True.
And the hardship the Gambians are going through as we speak wouldn't have been what it was supposed to be. There would not have been a deferment of the OIC. Do you, OIC heads of the summit in the country, do you hear these things?
Oh, a lot. And this is every day. I mean from even the Jammeh haters, anti-APRC. They said this every day. If he was here, there will be no COVID-19 because Ebola was here in 2014 in Africa, in our region, but it never comes to Gambia. Our borders were tightly secured, tightly closed. Even the waters, they were being monitored. They were constantly. There is like 2 or 3 trips that they go out there and make sure that there is no entry, illegal entry in this country. Gambia bird, it was the only one that affected. Because they were doing, the West Africa region, Liberia, Freetown, and they were hit areas. So obviously there would be no flights from there. I came to Gambia from England during Ebola. But there was no Ebola here in the Gambia, and Jammeh made sure of that. Some of actually the materials that the Minister of Health they start using at the very start of the COVID-19. They were here during the time of the of Ebola. Because we didn't use them. We didn't have the chance to use them. Thank God to Babili Mansa. And the hardship, obviously everybody is feeling the pinch. Everybody knows that nothing is happening. Companies are closing. Jul Brew closed. Now they are selling, we are drinking Jul Brew from Senegal. $100 for a bottle. Is that going to entice our tourism or our workforce? People are out of work as a result of all this that are going wrong. And it's like, they don't even have a clue as to how to fix it. Probably, they're waiting for somebody from, maybe the EU or somebody to come and, fix our problem, which is not the case. Because they have been here and they didn't do nothing. All they're interested in just to take our natural and mineral resources, Malik. And make Gambia, suffer. Gambians suffer.
You're watching The Road to State House. My guest is Modou Mbowe. He was Director General of the Daily Observer, which somehow they just took and shelved it somewhere out there. I thought that probably, like all the other Jammeh properties, the Daily Observer should have been taken and given to somebody to continue, and then the 17 million that the paper owed, according to what we hear, to GRA, and then they start to pay that money. But unfortunately, I don't know whether those computers will ever work again.
No, they will not. Even the machines, the printing machines, they are dead now, because they needed repairing every month. We used to repair them every month. But Malik, yes, at the time, NABEC was owing the GRA 700 million. Gamcel, they owed GRA at the time 300 million. So why would you want to close Observer just for 17 million when we gave them a payment plan, a realistic payment plan that we can honor? Even if I wasn't there as a managing director, anybody who comes can pay $50,000 a month. 600,000 per annum, 18 million. You will have 18 million in 20 years because the debt was during a 10 years period from 2007 to 2017. So obviously, give us another 10 years, like 20 years for us to pay it. 50,000 is realistic. And also we'll be paying our tax and pay our staff as well. So my suggestion, this was my suggestion to them, and they didn't take it. I advised them to take me out, bring your own managing director, no problem, and leave 105 staff for God's sake to have their jobs and to feed their family. Because 105 staff, obviously they have more responsibilities, after work than even at Observer. So now you're creating unemployment just for a retributive move. Because Observer should have been here. It was an institution. So many of our journalists, they've passed through there.
Well, as we speak, there's a lot of politicking rallies taking place. Some
All over
of
the
them
country.
clandestinely, some of them cloaked into whatever you may call it. Are you surprised? You see, from time to time, Party X will roll by with several cars going to different locations and politicking. Are you surprised
No.
that the game has not even started and some people are on the road to
State House. I am not. I'm the least surprised, Malik, for the simple reason that they feel threatened. They feel threatened that the people are still with the APRC, and there was a tour going on back to the State House tour, so they have to get out. I met up with the president in summer, and what was on the TRRC prior to the TRRC, taking a break, it was the convoy of President Jammeh killing people. I saw firsthand people that somebody who was killed by his convoy, and I even went to the police station, Summer police station. I'm on camera. I went there with our team and find out, the guy Osman Biai, he was behind bars, and the one Usman Jallo was the one that was killed, during that very period.
very recently.
I mean, in summer. This was like few days ago. President President Barrow is on top right now, and even in Kudang, someone was hit as well, and he ended up dying. He died. So really and truly, they have to do it. They have to get up and do it, because otherwise, APRC, we are ready. We are ready for 2021 already. The province is, everything is smooth. They are just waiting for that 2021 to go and cast their vote, because they've seen the reality. They've had so many lies, so many accusations, so many, tarnishing the image of Babili, but people still love Babili more. And this is a surprise. That's why, Malik, I'm not surprised. They have to. If they don't, they don't have any. They don't stand any chance of even getting their deposit back.
Let us look at the APRC as it makes its opposition right now. Do you think they have a flag bearer problem as we speak? Because Babili is not in. Babili will not take part in the 2021 elections. Who will raise the flag for the APRC and say, I am the APRC presidential candidate? And what will we look for in that individual?
Well, APRC have many capable presidential candidates, really and truly. But with Fabakary, obviously, we are contented with him leading the party, simply because, he was the majority leader of the National Assembly for how long, God knows how long. He is a tough man, he's an honest person, he's a straight shooter, and that is good for the party right now, Babili Mansa being away. We need that kind of leadership, that kind of elderly person, or somebody who is really tact and, direct, to galvanize us to, if you like, even if he's not going to be our presidential candidate, but he did a tremendous job for keeping us together, despite all the hoo-ha. Yeah? So coming to the flag bearer, maybe at our Congress, maybe something will come out. I don't know. Honestly, I haven't spoke to anybody who is interested in being a party leader. People are just out of thinking in a different line. But yes, Fabakary is okay for us for now. If you know Babili Mansa, Fabakary is okay as far as we are concerned. Until we have somebody who is interested. Maybe then we will have our primaries.
Uh, some people are seeing a gloomy or painting a gloomy picture come 2021, especially as we draw towards campaign period, towards the election. In other words, they think it will be a somewhat very fragile situation. Are you worried about that?
Well,
Insults and some little violence around.
well, sometimes when you can't win or you cannot get your way, maybe you will resort to being abusive and playing dirty politics. That is not what we represent as APRC, and I think Doi also make it very clear. Halifa made it very clear that whoever want to be vulgar, you are not part of PDYS. And to be honest, Malik, that's not dirty politics. Is not politics. Let's go bring the politics of reality. Let's put everything on the table. We talk maturely, Malik. Why can't we do that? See, and that is what's going to happen. We are going to make sure that the politics is going to be clean. Because anybody who wants to act dirty, take your dirtiness somewhere else, not here. Gambia is, for God's sake, is less than 2 million or is 2 million. So why do we even need all these parties? You go to America, there is only two, the Republicans and the Democrats. For God's sake, you go to England, the Conservative, Labour and the Lib Dems. But now you have probably the Green parties and stuff emerging from the previous elections and the Nigel Farage and stuff. But yeah, in Gambia, 2 million people, 15 parties. Come on.
That is very worrisome. And I was going to draw your attention to the fact that the issue of people getting their identity cards, some people would have used that to bar some people from getting ID cards so that they may not be able to register come the issuing of voters card. Are you afraid that something like that will happen?
Oh, Malik, I am so glad that you asked this question, because it's among the findings on my tour that most of them, especially the ones that they recognize as APRC, they're making their life difficult. They're even asking them about their saving grandparents. Their cards, their IDs or their birth certificates, and there was a man that I had the interview. I interviewed him. He said, he was charged $750 for ID, and the reason why he was asked, he was charged that amount is because he just highlighted that he is APRC, and this is in Basse. Seriously, they are having serious problem. Actually, in Fonyi, our councillors and our MPs, they fought tooth and nail so that they will have immigration will have an office there instead of them traveling all the way to come here. Because obviously, somebody working there will know who Malik Jones is, the grandparents and stuff. They will know Modou, Mbowe. But if you want to come over here, regardless of even the amount of money that you're going to pay just to get to immigration, they will deny you. They start asking you questions simply because of you are Mendy or you are this or you are that. That's wrong. That's horribly wrong. So Malik, the ID card issue is a problem. It's actually a problem. URR, CRR, and LRR, they are complaining it. Thank God that Fonyi, that one is sorted because the
so
office
you would
is
like
already.
to see the immigration also have posts or offices where they can issue ID cards in those areas.
Yes, please. If they can do that, that will be a lot easier for the voters, because the election is for the voters to vote. Why do they have to be scared? If they are popular, if they are the incumbent, if they have the numbers, they don't have to worry about that. Create the level playing field. Let everybody get their voters card and have their ID cards to have voters card, so that they will exercise their constitutional right to go and vote for whoever is it that they want. Malik, if this election is conducted fairly, if I underline the word if in capital letters, if it is conducted fairly, APRC will wallop All the parties. Some will lose their deposit. I am saying this on TV.
That brings me to a question that I wanted to ask. Do you think that there will be interference in our domestic elections?
I don't even think I know it's going to be, because we have the Sangomar. Senegal is wanting to drill the oil. The Sangomar, the Senegalese people are putting pressure on President Macky Sall to drill that. And the oil that Sangomar, we share it. It's between Gambia and Senegal waters. Sangomar, if that is drilled now, Gambia is not going to make nothing. Of course. Then we're not going to make nothing, and that will be due to the benefits of Senegal. Senegal will do everything with the help of France. That's why the French people are paying ECOMIC. Why would France pay ECOMIC to be in their presence in the Gambia? France is not our colonial master. Britain is. United Kingdom. So why would France pay 700 million just to keep ECOMIC here in the Gambia? Why? If that question is answered, then I will tell you the reason why. Because obviously, that's to their interest, just to keep to make sure President Barrow is okay. Regardless, if the Gambians are suffering, they are not interested. Their boy, President Barrow, is protected. Yeah, and Fonyi, there is a barrier there. So if anybody want to, because they're expecting that there is a resistance there, or maybe the Casamas rebels can use that area, to destabilize or do whatever. But I don't think so. They are just doing that for their interest. There will be interference, Malik. I'm saying this, and I'm saying this on TV.
Do you think that President Barrow will try to woo the APRC for a possible alliance?
No, I don't even think so. Because if he is even thinking like that, let him give us our cars and unfreeze our bank account. You understand what I'm saying? And let us be. Because we are a party, we are an established party. We have our 5 National Assembly members at the National Assembly. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have no rights to seize those stuff. So don't come and tell me about alliance when you froze my account and seize my vehicles. Before you give me anything, pay me my money. Give us our things. Why don't you feel threatened? APRC was just a government. We were not there. APRC was not here in 1994. APRC came after 1994. Right. So what if they are dealing with 1994 alone? Yes, there was the AFPRC. And that was our president who transformed this country, Malik. So if Barrow wants to talk about alliance, I'm not ruling it out. But what I'm saying is, let him give us back our stuff, our cars, and unfroze our account, and stop treating us like we are foreigners or we are the enemy of the state, because it is happening. Wherever you go, they treat you like you are an animal. You don't even deserve anything else, Malik. Why? Why is NPP better than APRC? Is UDP better than APRC? Is NRP better than APRC? No, they're not. Because Malik, whatever they accuse Yahya Jammeh and his government during the 22 years, is happening right now, right today here in this country. I'll prove it. You can ask me any question, I will answer you, Malik. Everything that they accuse Jammeh of, the student riot, they killed the Faraba youths for demonstrating. Haruna Jata, they killed him. Oh my gosh. Everybody saw that. For just demonstrating peacefully. They have the right to demonstrate, which Solo Sanding did. But that, they have to glorify that, magnify it for Jammeh, to tarnish the image of Jammeh and APRC, because they feel threatened. I'm telling them that, let them stop it. This is child's play. And we are not playing Warga Warga here. This is not Warga Warga game, Malik. This is international game. This is World Cup. The one that you won medal, World Cup. That's what we are playing. We don't play Warga Warga. Even our kids don't play Warga Warga. So government, stop this. Stop it. And give us back our things and, prepare for 2021.
Do you think that NPP is the nemesis or the arch enemy of APRC compared to the UDP?
Well, NPP is a product of UDP. And NPP comes from UDP. Even the ones that are following him, You know, they are, well, majority, you know, we saw it, even their councillors and whatever, they cross-carpet to him. They move with him because they were with him. The first half of the government was a UDP government. Everybody agreed to that. So it is because you know, they have their own problems, you know, that created the demarcation. The firing of Dabo and stuff, you know, that magnify, take it to another level. Now it's enmity. So obviously, NPP wasn't here. It's a new party. It's not even launched yet. Needed, you know, supporters, and he's doing everything he possibly could to try to cop them from one party to the other, particularly APRC. APRC is the main target for every other party. If you don't have APRC, you have a problem. And Malik, I'm going to say this on camera as well. Please bank this and hold me to task. We don't need any other an alliance with another party. We don't. We can win this election fair and square if, I repeat that, if, capital letters on the line, it's fair, conducted fair, and free and fair.
What will the APRC do to maintain that fairness and make sure that the elections are free? What will you be doing?
Well, we are doing
election day and election night.
We are doing we're doing our bit, and there is this inter-party committee, and also they are, you know, they're doing their bit, because there was a meeting a workshop that they had in Mansakonko, Kaira Konko. You know, I went there to, you know, find out. All the parties were there, and they were, you know, validating them on, you know, peace building and, you know, election ethics and all whatnot. So the inter-party committee, they're doing something about it, Malik, and we are very much aware of it. With APRC, we are training our youths, the ones that are going to be representing us at the polling stations. You know, we are training them, and we are going to continue to do that training countrywide as well. Now, I heard over it's a rumor that, you know, there will be no counting on the spot for 2021. So obviously that rings a bell. Why not? Jammeh accepted it. He accepted it straight away. They proposed it and he accepted it because he is leading the country. The Gambians. If the Gambians say counting on the spot, yes, he agreed. Even though, you know, they knew. But if they are trying to deny that from happening, then it means that counting on the spot was the rigging of the election. I'm saying this on camera. So if they deny it, then it means that was the case, because there is no reason to deny it. We are going to have it on the spot. We're going to count on the spot, just like President Jammeh accepted it. If not, then that 2016 election, I will say that it was rigged 100%. Because why would they not allow you know, counting on the spot?
And this is something that you heard from the grapevine.
Yes, it's rumors. Everybody's talking about it. They're talking about counting it at the office of the president, OP. Just like the Jawara days when, you know, the local government was conducting elections. Oh, Malik, don't worry. They are in for it. They will be. Oh, we'll give them the run for their money. Trust me, it's going to be free and fair. It's going to be, because we're not going to let nothing happen. You know, as far as voting is concerned, we're going to exercise our rights, our constitutional rights.
Just a few questions before we round up this interview. You were in government and aspiring to be back in government. There are 15 political parties. If worse comes to the worst, which of the three, or should I say 5 main political parties, forget about the rest, forget about the new kids on the block. It's about PDOIS, GDC, NPP, UDP, APRC. Which of these political parties will suffer most when 15 political parties run to the elections simultaneously? Everybody. No one fell on the wayside. They all stood on the election day. 15 candidates, 15 presidential candidates.
Well, Malik, if we go back,
who will suffer?
If you
Who
go
will
by,
bleed?
if you go by what the 2011 elections, because that was all different parties. PDOIS, I think PDOIS will suffer most because they were 7%. So maybe the coalition, magnifies their numbers to whatever. But if they go their separate ways, PDOIS is 7%. They cannot jump from 7% to 30% or 35%. You never hear that. That's not possible. It is not.
Rate me GDC.
Well, with GDC is a fraction of APRC, because even the leader was from APRC. He's been our MP for 10 years. So, and even his supporters, they are from APRC too. Mama Kande actually, he caused our defeat, because the 89,000 that voted for him were from APRC. They were not from UDP, because if at all it was for UDP, they would have voted the coalition. So that 89,000 were the undecided voters and the APRC. So yes, with Kande, I would love to see Mama Kande work with APRC. I would. It's not like it's a need, but for them for sanity to restore sanity, for us to come back again and put things on the right channel.
And where does the UDP stand?
Well, UDP, they're still gaining momentum, but they are still howling, shouting, but they don't know what is happening. Trust me, Mali, they don't know what exactly is going on with them. I heard in one of their the audios that they sent that they should stop castigating APRC. Oh, for the very first time I heard that. Oh, Malik, I was in Soma. I was taking a walk because I normally do my exercise in the morning, and I was listening to this video, to this audio via our group. And I couldn't believe it. I said, oh, okay, now these guys, they came back to their senses? Who gave them their tablets? Maybe they need their medicine. They forgot their medicines before. And now they're talking, yes, they have to be cool, because in case there is a second round, they might be needing APRC too. You understand what I'm saying? So why now? You should have done that way long time, and just have peace with APRC, peace with everybody. Because you cannot insult my mom and expect me to come and follow you. Who are you? You want to create problems? Let's bring it on. You want to bring peace? Come again. We'll be so peaceful that you don't even believe that.
We're left with two political parties. Rate me the NPP.
NPP, honestly, NPP will be
They are the incumbents.
They will be so disappointed that if you believe Malik. All of them are howling behind him because of they're suffering. They need money. They are applying dirty politics on President Barrow. I love to sit down with President Barrow and advise him. They are not going to vote for him. They are not. I know people who came to me and said, listen, no. Just like you said earlier, take the money and come the election day, it's the cubicle. You are there on your own and with Allah. You can vote anybody you like. But in the meantime, they are suffering. They will follow him. They did that to President Jammeh. We were there. We seen what was going on or what was going wrong. It's the same, even worse is going with President Barrow right now. Because most of them, they don't believe him. They don't believe that he can fix the country. If not, he would have at least start fixing it. Because it's 4 years now. What is done here in this country right now, after 4 years, since Jammeh left?
Bridges and roads.
Which bridge? Fatoto Bridge is still not complete, Malik. I've been there. It's not complete. It actually collapsed a couple of times, the bridge. It collapsed a couple of times because where Babili highlighted for them to fix the brick there, they said no. As a result of what he said, they have to take it to another position. It collapsed twice, the bridge.
All right. Finally, rate me your party.
APRC.
Of course.
Realistically, I would say 65%. Realistically.
They will win the elections.
Malik. I'm telling you, some of the parties will lose their deposit.
If we have 15 political parties
they will lose,
running in the elections.
even if it is only 5. Yeah, until and unless they come back and form a coalition, which we are not even scared of. Malik, the people, they love, come on, nothing is happening.
Do people trust coalitions anymore?
No, they don't. The coalition breaks from the 2nd of December 2016. There was no coalition. That's why President Barrow cling on to the 5 years. instead of 3 years, because there was no coalition at the time. When they were claiming that, oh yeah, it's 3 years, you promised 3 years. Yes, but there is no coalition. So who am I gonna, respond to right now? Everybody disintegrated. Dabo brought in the tactical alliance, which Honorable Sala advised them. This is a coalition government. We need coalition National Assembly members. And they said, no, tactical alliance. And that's what broke them up. It broke them up big time in a nasty way. So why would President Barrow respond to 3 years? No, stick with the constitution. Yes, I agree. Well, I don't vote for 3 years. I vote for 5 years. So obviously, I have to support 5 years, even though I don't support Barrow. I don't vote for him, and he knows that. And I will not vote for him anytime in the future.
Modou, okay, yeah. Last question. Who forms the next government as they talk on to the road to State House? Who reaches State House first?
Aprc.
It's been a pleasure to have you on the. I don't need to ask you why, but you've said Aprc.
Aprc.
And you're a staunch supporter of Aprc. But I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you too,
on Road to State House. Really enjoyed every bit of moment that you had with me here on the program.
Thank you very much, Malik. Thank you for having me, and it's always a pleasure, to sit with a doyen, asking the questions, Malik. You are the pride and joy. Thank you.
That was Modou Mbowe, a staunch supporter of the APRC. He was talking to me on the road to State House. From me, Malik Jones, bye-bye. Wow, that was